Man, bro, you would think that this laptop actually would have the best quality, bro, because it's brand new. It's like it doesn't even look like there's any good quality, bro. It's like distorted. Uh, I don't know, bro. It's all cloudy and stuff. Well, uh, recovering from an allergy attack is no fun. There's no fun in that at all. There's no fun in it, man. I'm feeling under the weather. Check, 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 check. Y'all there? Can y'all hear me? Anybody out there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm trying to set this up for we have a live. I got something to say. I got something to say to the city, bro. I got something to say to the area code, to the box state, homie. The fools I represent Colorado and Denver in all aspects, not just football in all aspects, homie. I got something to say, and you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. There we go. There we go. You know what I'm saying? Get this little food going. All high salute. All high salute to the real ones. There ain't too many. There ain't too many of the real ones out there no more. So many suckers and shit, bro. So many fools that just be on sucker shit, bro, and don't even. Let me get a chair real quick. I'm gonna chop it over with y'all. Sip a cup of coffee. We're gonna chop it up. Bro, damn. So I finally realized, homie, something about especially Denver, homie. Especially people that represent Denver things, right? And this is the truth. This is the honest truth, homie. We have to be some of the most dysfunctional people out there, bro. We as natives, I'm talking about if you're born and raised out here, homie, and you're a native, bro, as a community in the box state in the Denver metro, homie, the people out here, homie, some of the most, I just don't understand like some of the mindsets out here, homie. There's it seems like there's honestly no support for anything that has to do with Colorado from the aspect of music. I'm talking about artists out here, homie. Nobody ever seems to get behind each other out here, homie. And it goes all the way to the sports teams of Colorado, right? Fools basically, homie, they have this identity crisis, bro. If you're not from somewhere else, bro, if you're not from somewhere else, homie, and you rep another city's team, right? You represent the Raiders, the Cowboys, and you're born and raised out here, bro. There's an aspect of, to be truthful, bro, you have an identity crisis, bro. And then if you don't have ties, I mean, that's just what you do all the way around. And I know people, you know what I'm saying? You guys can state your opinions. I'm not gonna get in an arguing match. This is the thing is, bro, don't try to act like you original of the city, bro, and you a Denver general, and you represent everything else but Colorado, homie, from the music to your style to your football team to the sports to everything that you do, and then call yourself a Denver general. Let's just be real, homie. You're not a Denver general, bro. You're not a general of Denver, homie. When you do that, you're stepping out the element of who you really are, and you have an identity crisis, bro. And then when you try to front on the city of Denver and the Denver metro, bro, and you try to go hard on the city of Denver, I got a problem with that shit, homie. I do. Because it's like you're trying to be something that you're not. Now, I don't care. Represent your football team, your basketball teams, represent whatever you want, right? But don't try to go at Denver in a disrespectful way because you're trying to front in front of other people in social media, bro. Because you make the black eye on the city, you make the black eye on the state. Because first and foremost, it shows that you ain't even proud of where you're from. And then you get to thinking, you're thinking in your mind, homie, like I'm not tough enough to actually represent this shit in a proper manner, bro. So yeah, in the mind, I look at that as hella weakness, bro, because you're not hard enough to even represent where you're from. You want to be from somewhere you're not going to ever be from. You're not born out there. You're not raised out there. You don't have nothing to do with that shit. There's no such thing as being from the city of Denver, homie, and then wanting and fiending to be from somewhere else. Like, be proud of who you are, homie. Stop trying to be something that you're not. Now, I come to this conclusion because I've come across a couple of people on social media, especially, homie, and this was a situation that happened currently. There's a fool that does some shit on TikTok, right? And I got banned for calling him out on some bullshit, right? I got banned, homie. And he only been out here for a couple years, right? But he has a TikTok and he represents Colorado, just like the fool Troy, the one that did. I'm from Colorado. He's not from here, homie. That fool's not from here. He don't represent Colorado, bro. He's from Chicago. And then he comes out with a song called I'm from Colorado, homie, and then disrespects home teams, homie. Yeah, I got a problem with that shit, bro. Identity crisis. So I called the little fool out on his bullshit on TikTok, and then I ran into him at the training camp, homie. And it's like, you need to really figure out and understand, homie. You don't know who you might come across on these social media things, bro. If you're a person that has a foundation and you do it out to the community, watch what you say, bro, because you don't ever know who you come across. And I walked up on him and asked him strictly, hey, bro, why you block me? Why you block me from your TikTok? And he didn't even know who I was. And see, that's the thing about it is, bro, you don't know who you offend. And you don't know who actually you're going to come across on a daily basis, homie. You know? And he was so surprised when I walked up on him, like, bro, why you ban me for saying one little thing? Why did you get so in your feelings for saying one little thing, bro? And he a Bronco fan. He a Bronco fan, but he got so in his feelings because I called him out some bullshit about politics. And I'm like, hey, bro, I said, hey, homie, why did you block me? Because I stated an opinion and then you blocked me, bro. You don't even know who you're blocking. You don't even know who you was disrespecting because of some shit that you were in your feelings about. And then the energy's not there. And it's just like, homie, I don't know. You know, I don't know how you guys feel, but it's the truth of the matter, bro. Like, be yourself, homie. Be yourself. Like, honestly, homie, don't try to be something you're not. Because, like, don't let this stuff get you amped up to something you're not. Like, a real individual, bro, and a real person, they're gonna keep it 100 all the way across the board, homie. They're gonna keep it 100 all the way across the board, bro, and not try to come off. But that's why fools is so, you see these social media things and you see these podcasts, these things be amping people's mind up to be something that they're not. And then when shit hits the fan, when stuff hits the fan, bro, then you have these fools and the clown show comes out, and then you see the true colors that come with who they really are. They become the aspect of something that they never were. And they get in a big old wreck, homie. They get in a big old wreck. And it's just like, bro, if you were just yourself and you kept it true to yourself and who you really are, you would never be in that wreck, bro. You would never be in that wreck. But fools always try to portray something that they're not. Like, come on, homie. If you're from the city of Denver, bro, be from the city of Denver, homie. And no disrespect to anybody that's not from the city, but this is the thing is, bro, like, let's take music, for example, homie. You understand why the city of Denver never had somebody blow? It's because the people in the city, the Denver natives, the ones that make up this city, never got behind anyone in a real manner, homie. Everybody hates on each other in the city of Denver, and that shit is bullshit. That's why the city of Denver will never be on this level, because there's not enough people that push the city of Denver in a rightful manner, homie. And I look at that and I'm like, you fools is a big clown show. There's a big clown show out here, homie. There really is. Because there's not enough support for anything out here, homie. That's the downfall of Denver, bro. That's the downfall of the box state, is nobody gets behind what's out here, homie. Everybody's looking for something out there. They're so worried about what people have to say. Like, if you just pushed a whole movement for the city of Denver and the box state, you actually would touch goals as a community. But nah, y'all motherfuckers be y'all. Some of these people out here are so fucking watered down, homie, and so soft. They don't even have it in them to actually push that shit, bro. To be real, homie. To be real. And this is another thing is too, bro. I was looking at, and this is the shit that really, really got me, homie. And I know sometimes y'all motherfuckers be like, this fool be just he be talking and preaching, but yeah, bro, something I'm passionate about, bro. It's something that really irks me when I see people out here act like they're not from here, homie. Be yourself, bro. Be where you from, because you are the ones that make the shit look weak. There's a lot of people out here that make this city look weak, homie. By your mindsets, who you are, just make it look all the way weak, bro. You know? And then what's funny about it is too, homie. What's hella funny about it is when somebody calls that shit out, and everybody gets in their little pussy, everybody gets in their fillers, bro, and they don't have nothing for a fool that will call that shit out. But I don't walk on eggshells for nobody, homie. I don't walk on eggshells for nobody. That's why I am who I am, bro. That's why I can go anywhere and get love from anybody and multiple people, because I am the way I am, homie. I'm not gonna walk on eggshells because it hurts your ears, bro. If it hurts your ears and you personally take that fucking offensive, maybe you're the fucking problem, bro. Maybe you're the problem. Maybe you're the fucking fool that I say is a black eye, homie, and you black-eyed the city because your ass want to be something that you're not. A lot of fools out there always want to be something that they're not, bro. And then when like I said, when shit hits the fan, then you see that fucking Rudy Poo ass soft shit comes out of them, and it's like, if you would have just been yourself, you wouldn't have had to went through that shit. You wouldn't have had to go through a wreck. You want a rapper, but you fools be rapping about all this bullshit and music, but then when indictments come and fucking fools is catching cases, then you want to snitch. Then you want to cry. Then you want to be soft, homie. Then you want to tell on your enemies. Then you want to get everybody indicted and snitched because it was never in you, bro. If you would have left it alone and stop portraying this fucking lifestyle that you're not really about, then maybe you would have fucking been cool. But nah, you wanted to have this image and have respect and shit, bro, and then put it out there. And then when shit hit the fan and it got serious, shit got serious for you, bro, then you fucking crumble like a little cookie, bro. That shit's weird, homie. That shit's weird. I'm highly disappointed in the city, bro. I'll be disappointed in fucking dudes out here. That's why, for one big reason, homie, real shit. And you know what, homie? I'm to a point, bro. I really just don't care about really fucking who cares about it anymore, bro. I used to do this social media shit, bro, and care about fucking how people are viewing the channel. I just don't care no more, bro, because it's like, I'm not here to fucking sugarcoat anything for nobody, homie. Facts over feelings, bro. I'm not here to sugarcoat and float your boat, homie. Float your boat. The reality is, homie, a lot of shit's watered down in the box state. That's the reality, homie. And you know what I'm saying? It's like nobody actually does anything to try to fix it. Everybody says, oh, you know what I'm saying? The box state this, box state that, but nobody can even get behind the movement. Nobody can even get behind the fucking movement. Nobody can get behind each other, homie. Nobody supports each other, homie. Nobody, see this right here, bro? Like, authentically, homie, I'm proud to be from Denver, bro. Authentically, I'm telling you that 100%. Box state business pride, bro. And a lot of fools don't even have that shit out there because they want to be something totally that they're not. Totally that they're not, bro. So they take on these waves from other cities and states and try to be these other cities and states, and they're not real to themselves, because at the end of the day, they can't even look at themselves in the fucking mirror and be like, you know what, I'm real, because I promise you, there's a million things in their closet, bro, that's not authentic. There's a lot of stuff in fools' closets that's not authentic, homie. And they know it. When they look in the mirror, they can't really say, hey, I'm a rider, homie. I really do that shit. I really put in work for the block. I really kept it thorough in cases. Nah. If you went through fools' closets, homie, and you seen fools' real colors, bro, it would be a destruction, homie. It would be a destruction. It would be a hella destruction, bro. And nobody can tell Savage Sev and Sev Loco, bro. Nobody can tell me any different, bro, because I've been around the realest. I've seen the fakest. I've been around killers. I've been around lifers. I've been walking on the yard with fools that are never coming home. And I'm here still to tell the testimony, bro. And I have my own baggage, and I still carried the flame that was lit, bro. And I got 100% pride for Box State because that's where I'm from. I'm from nowhere else, bro. I'm from nowhere else. I don't portray to be from nowhere else. I'm from 303, homie. I was born at Denver General. Half of you fools don't even know what Denver General is. Half of you fools are born at Denver. You call it Denver Health. I was born at Denver General, homie. I'm a Denver baby, homie. Been all over this town. Been all over this city, bro. And I see a lot of fronting out in the city, homie. I try to show fools love. I try to show fools love on fucking what they grew up. And then I look at it, bro, and I'm like, you fools are so fake. Y'all cry about everything that somebody does, homie. Well, maybe you didn't. Maybe your sucker ass didn't have a lot of recognition in the town, homie, and your hood was not even recognized like that, bro. Maybe that's the case. You didn't do enough. You don't got enough resume. That's the truth. Do whatever you want to do. Say whatever you want to say, but you know it's the truth. You know it's the truth. Everybody want to cry, bro, but maybe your hood was not recognized like that. Maybe your unit was not recognized like that. Maybe nobody even knows who your turf is because y'all fools didn't put enough work in, bro. That's the reality, homie. That's the reality. That's the truth. Authentic. That's authentic truth. And you lucky a fool like me even acknowledges your dumb ass and your clique in your hood because nobody else does. Nobody else does. But then you want to say your whole opinions about truthful manners, homie. Do Venezuelan Mexicans get along? There wasn't too many Venezuelans out here for the longest, Marada. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't too many Venezuelans out here, my homie. That's a new thing. It was all Paisas, straight Paisas, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Venezuelans, to be honest, all these fools that want to push this narrative, bro, Venezuelans didn't come and take over nothing, my homie. When they came out here, all they did was try to get work, and all they did was go into some apartments. They wasn't terrorizing no hoods out here, none of that shit. Let's be real, bro. Fools want to paint this narrative, and then what's funny about it is every fool from outside city that has something to say about the Venezuelan takeover, bro, ain't even out here to actually fucking tell the truth. The Venezuelans was not terrorizing shit. I don't know one fool that dropped from the Venezuelans out here when they pushed the line, when they came out here, when fools were saying that fools was pushing the line, bro. They stayed in their own little lane, homie. Stayed in their own little apartment. I don't know one homie that's ever got pressed or pushed up on or killed or robbed. I don't know none of that shit. So they overplayed that shit. And the fools that try to come out here and start talking about the gangsters should have pressed the line and Denver's weak. Nah, fool, it was never a gang thing. Because the gangs didn't have nothing to do with it. They weren't even in nobody's hood for gangs to actually start set tripping. And that's exactly 100% true. My hood ain't nowhere near the Venezuelans. The east side of Denver ain't nowhere near Aurora. We outside the box. So fools that seen the shit on the east side and said, why you fools didn't push the line? Why, homie? We're not nowhere near that aspect. They're not in the east side. They didn't come to the east side. How are hood politics different in Texas to California and even in prison? Yeah, every place got its own city. Every place got its own program, my homie. Every place got its own program. And nobody can actually tell anybody they wrong in their politics because you get around some real hunters and some headers and some fools that really push the line. You ain't going to be able to disrespect an individual. They might knock your block off. It don't matter where you from, even out here, bro. You come to certain areas and you talk reckless around certain individuals, you might get your noodle popped. You might get your head. You might get rocked. They might kill you for that shit. I mean, that's a narrative, definitely, but I think it's deeper than that, my homie. I think there is Mexicans that don't like blacks, but then there's Mexicans that are in the same hood with blacks and they don't have no problems. I think a lot of that comes from, and this is what like a lot of people like to paint a picture of that, my homie, is that a lot of people that really ain't in the streets don't know that there's a lot of black hoods and Mexican hoods that share the same neighborhood and they don't have no problems. But people love negativity, and they love to push these narratives of it's a racial thing. It's not always a racial thing. That's the truth, homie. Even out here, people try to make it some racial. There ain't never been in the city of Denver racial shit, bro. That's another thing that I just laugh about is that the box state, it doesn't matter how these other cities view that shit. The box state, Denver Metro ain't never been racial. We ain't never had racial ties. There ain't never been a race war out here. I'm going to be real with you on 100%, homie. You want to be real? There's never been a racial war in DOC all the time I was out there. The whole time I was locked up, there's never been a racial war, bro. Never. I know people might want to paint that shit, and people will be like, yeah, it's all about race. When I was doing time, it was never about race. It was all about your gang, homie. There had never been nobody that pushed a line over some racial shit. And I know it might be some shit where fools like, oh, you're making the box state look weak, but that's the truth. Let's not put extras on that shit. It was all about gang banging. When I found the whole time I've been down, it was all about what gang you was from, what hood you was from, what organization was from. It was never about no racial tensions. I ain't never been on a yard where there was a race war out here in Colorado. Now in California, maybe. Texas, maybe. Arizona, definitely. You know what I'm saying? But fools want to put the extras on what goes on out here in Colorado, homie. I know white Don moves. I know Mexican Don moves. I know a Northside Mafia fool that was black. I know Sudanos that were black in DOC because they grew up in their neighborhoods. I know a whole handful of Mexican Crips, a whole handful of Mexican Bloods, and ain't nobody ever got at them fools for some racial shit, bro. In Colorado, DOC. So let somebody tell you differently, and I'm gonna tell them, nah, that's not true. That's false. That's false. What's up, Jordan? I hope you guys are good, man. Preseason's back though. We got football. You know, I feel like at this time in 2025, the box state has been distorted by a lot of outsiders, bro. A lot of people coming in and everybody wants to be in good light with all these fools, man. I don't care about being in good light with nobody but box state. Denver, Colorado. That's where we're from. We're from nowhere else, bro. We're from Mile High City, bro. Back in the day, that used to be something that people were proud of. Now people want to be in good light with everybody else out there, homie. Well, you're not going to change just because you in good light. That don't mean you from there, bro. Maybe in Colorado, but in California it's different. And I live here in Cali. Yeah, I'm like I said, bro, California's not my backyard. I couldn't even talk about California, really, my homie. Like, yeah, California's not my backyard. I don't never politicked out there. I lived out there. That's not my backyard. And I know them fools is on some racial shit. But like I said, if you go down to the origins, if that's the case, then why? Let's talk about that, right? Why the biggest Sudano hood? Florencia, right? Florencia, California. We're talking about LA, East. Why them fools actually had relations with the Bloods that were black? Because not all them fools was racist. It was more of a hood thing when they got into it with the East Coast Crips. They were tripping with the Coast Crips. Don't mean that they were racist against every black, because they had good relationship with the Bloods. If that's the case also, why the 18 Streeters, Salvadorians, why them fools was cool with the Crips? They're all black. Not everything was racial, bro. Yeah, you can't say that, because the Broncos got the best defensive line, the best offensive line, the best secondary, got a fire fucking quarterback. They taking the division. There's nothing you could do about it. There's nothing the NFL could do about it, because the Broncos got a chip on their shoulder. And if you ain't Chiefs, you won't have a shot whatsoever. I don't care if you're the Raiders. I don't care if you're anybody in this league. The Broncos want to smoke with every single buddy. Everybody in this league can get it headhunted. If you ain't the Chiefs, you ain't got a chance. If you ain't the Chiefs, you ain't got a chance. So sit your ass down, because we seen the Chiefs run this division, and none of these fucking trash ass quarterbacks, Ravens, the Bills, none of them fools could stop the Chiefs. I mean, the Broncos have to stop the Chiefs. Let's be 100%. If you ain't won a championship in your lifetime in the last 10 years, you don't have a fucking, there's not a chance. Now Broncos country got to show you what it is to be a champion. That's the reality. So sit your ass down. If you ain't Broncos country and you ain't the Chiefs, sit your ass down because you ain't got no opportunity. We headhunting everybody. Everybody on the fucking schedule is a victim, including your team. If you play us this year, you're getting shellacked. That's the bottom line. That's the reality. It's coming. You can't stop it. It's inevitable. It's destiny. And you're going to get shellacked because there's nothing that you could do to this defense. This defensive line is headhunters, and they're going to hunt your quarterback. They're going to hunt everybody on the list, and that's the bottom line. So get it out your mind. You even got a shot. I don't know what team you have and what team you represent, but your team is trash, and they don't have a chance against the Broncos. You going down. Everybody on the schedule that you think can win, they going down. Let's be real. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Let's salute to that. We got to stop playing these fairy tale games. We got to stop playing these fairy tale games. Nah, my bro. Hell nah. Your boy, I seen him last night, the rookie, man, and he's supposed to be phenomenal. That boy is not. He going to be a bust, brother. And I love you, my homie, but the Raiders don't have a chance. They last in the division. They don't have no quarterback, first and foremost, my brother. Quarterback, trash. Genty, trash. The defense is booty cheeks. Like, the Raiders got a lot to build off. They have to build, but Broncos country got the best development aspect, the best health care, the best coach and conditioning coaches. They got the best offensive line, the best defensive line, the best secondary. Bo Nix for wide receiver. You can't stop that. It's inevitable. It's coming. So everybody can talk, but the reality is, bro, it's coming. It's going to be Nightmare on Elm Street. It's coming true. It's coming true. And everybody's seeing this shit. Just like at this 49er aspect, we dominated the 49ers in practice. And they didn't even know what hit them in the first series, bro. We were killing the shit out these fools. And that's what's happening to the league. That's what's happening to the league. Because, oh, damn, we got food spraying over here, homies. We got the homies spraying over here. Yeah, that's another thing is how you going to stop freaking the speedster Troy Franklin, bro? He over there dominating right now. How you going to stop Evan Ingram dominating right now? The run game, R.G. Harvey, the three-headed monster, Dobbins. How you going to stop that? McLaughlin, how you going to stop that? How you going to stop Cortland Sutton, big body, bro? He over there punching fools down. Just get down, little homie. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. Nah, not this year, my homie. That was a rookie mistake. That's all it was. We know how you gonna iron out. You have to iron it out. But the rookie out here, he already showing why they drafted it. I'm kind of feeling under the weather, my bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of feeling under the weather. So I just was like, let me rest it up just a tad bit. You know, I got kicked out, and this is one thing I want to say too, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people. Bro, I'm just kind of fed up with all this social media. I gotta step back because like social media, if you look into social media, bro, that shit'll drive you crazy, homie, right? So I'm taking a step back, homie. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking a step back, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Social media was never a thing that I ever did. I'm gonna do a little bit of content, bro, and I'll probably do some videos because I got some donations wise, but I gotta step back, homie. You know, because it's just a lot of fucking arrogant and misinformed people out there. And I'm gonna tell you like this. This is the reality, homie. And this is why I get on the fan base of my own so much, and I'll be on the Broncos fans' heads because there's a lot of fools that, and like I was saying about fools from Denver that don't represent the city right. There's a lot of fools in this fan base, homie, that don't represent the Broncos right. A lot of marks, a lot of soft ass individuals that don't represent the blue and orange right, homie. Just weirdos, bro. Just fucking lames, homie. And then when a fool like me calls it out, it's too aggressive. When a fool like me calls you out on your fucking soft ass phantom, it's too aggressive. You're tripping. I just get tired of it, bro. I get tired of you fucking fools always crying about some shit. Homie, get a tissue. You a grown ass man crying about fucking what the Broncos are doing and what they're not and what your views are, bro. I got blocked. I got blocked from Broncos podcast, from a Bronco TikToker, because these fools was just sad of what I was saying. And what I said is, I seen the little fool that blocked me at the training camp, and I walked up and I'm like, why you block me, bro? You're that much of a fucking simp, homie? You block me? I don't even know who you are. Yeah, you're stupid. You don't even know who you're blocking and disrespecting. That's why you have to fucking be cool with what you say on here. And if you ain't ready to go to that fucking extent, don't be fucking disrespecting fools on social media, bro. Because as soon as I walked up on them, like, why you block me over that shit, bro? Oh, bro, you know what I'm saying? It's not even that big of a deal. Yeah, bro. You lucky. You are lucky. I'm just not that individual that's just going to slap you behind every little thing, bro. And then last night, bro, it was kind of interesting what happened in Colorado prison. If you Peter Gaze in the show. What the fuck? The homie is wild, bro. What kind of questions are these, man? I know that's not the homie NFC. Well, yeah, bro. If you do that in Colorado, bro, you might go to territorial where the AIDS victims are. If you want to go do your times with the AIDS victims and the homosexuals and the transgenders, then that's where you better not do that. They're gonna send your ass straight to territorial, and then you might become somebody's girlfriend over there. But yeah, I just honestly thought that was kind of weird, bro. And it's like, how you gonna be blocking fools for different opinions? Because I tell you, homie, I told the little fool yesterday, because he's all sad at what Sean Payton said about a Super Bowl bound, right? Oh, bro, he shouldn't have said that to the media, and he's crying. Like, shut your ass up. I mean, first and foremost, if Sean Payton says it, bro, he believes that shit. And then you have, as fans, bro, you motherfuckers like think they know more than fucking these Super Bowl caliber coaches. Like, sit your ass down and get on with the ride and stop crying about what the coach is saying. Oh, I don't think he should have put it out there. Like, bro, he should just be humble. Nah, homie, why? If you believe it, push that narrative, put that shit into the minds of your players and say, hey, we have a chance to win a Super Bowl, not be all scared like these mark-ass fools. Like, I'm scared to say that shit, bro. That's why you'll never be that dude, because you don't got no balls. You don't let your balls hang on these fools and say, hey, this is what it is. We turning up for the Broncos, bro. We turning up. Instead of fucking crying. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, it's crazy, homie, because there's two different atmospheres, right? There are two different atmospheres. I went into a Raiders podcast, right? And all them fools know that there's not a shot that they're actually going to be good, right? They know this. The Raiders don't even have a shot to actually be second or third in the division. They're going to be the last place of the division. And you got these fools, they represent what they doing in a manner where they're like, bro, it's Raiders. This is what it is. And then you got Bronco fans that know we have actually a shot to win a playoff game and get in playoffs and push fucking championship football. And these fools are crying about every little thing. Oh, bro, fucking the 49ers scored on the secondary. It happens in football. I'm sorry, bro. It's a practice. Don't mean the sky's falling, bro. I just laugh at that shit, bro. Y'all are the same individuals I call out all the time, homie. The same fools that were the Mile High View dudes crying about everything the Broncos was doing because y'all fools just literally like to be victims. Y'all are the same fools that get slapped at the stadium, bro. Over the Broncos, y'all get slapped, homie, spit on, your girlfriend to get punched up by some fool, and you won't even fucking defend her honor because you're weak. That shit's weak. And then you wonder why fools disrespect Broncos country in their homes in their home stadium, bro, because you ain't gonna defend the logo. What up with it? What's cracking with it? What's cracking with it, my homie? That's what I'm saying, bro. Y'all motherfuckers be crying about every little thing, homie, instead going on with the ride. You're crying about what the coach said, homie. Oh, bro, he shouldn't have put it out there, bro. He shouldn't have put that out there that they're gonna go to the Super Bowl. You a fuckboy for that shit, homie. Yes, he should have. He should have told the league, we're not scared of nobody, bro. We don't care about what you think. We don't care about how you feel. We have an opportunity in our minds. We can win a Super Bowl. We're not scared of fucking what the league thinks. If he cared about what the league thinks and everybody thinks, you think he would have drafted Bo Nix? But that's the difference between him and you. That fool got heart. You don't have no heart. You just wanna play this humble side. Like, fuck that shit, bro. We've been humble too. We've been humbleized. Since Peyton Manning, we've been humbleized as fans in an organization, bro, where we had to take the beatings. We had to get kicked when we were down. And now we have actually some firepower, and fools are still in that pessimistic, oh, bro, I don't know. I don't know if we can win these games. We don't have enough. Yeah, we do, bro. Shut your ass up and sit your ass in the back seat. Like, don't talk about this team because obviously you don't have no heart. That's my head coach. Tell him again, my bro. That's my head coach. Ain't scared of nobody. That's why when I say this, in all honesty, I don't care what team you represent or what team is on that schedule. I'm not scared of nobody in this league because my defense can handle that shit. My defense can actually go against anybody in the league. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson's, Allen's, whoever wants to smoke. I want to smoke because it's Broncos country before anybody, homie. And I'm going to say that one more time. Broncos country before anybody, and I don't fear no team out there at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because we got the squad to do it. And to mention Bo Nix, he don't give a care. He ain't scared of nobody. If he told Max Crosby, bro, I'm here to play, and he was telling them Raiders defensive players, like, I'm here to play, and looked at them fools crazy, you think he's scared of anybody on this schedule? Hell nah, fool. Y'all better get that out your mind. We ain't afraid. I'm like I told you all the time, bro. I say this all the time. I'm not here to kumbaya with other fools. I'm not your friend when we battle. I'm not your homie when we battle. When we play, we're fully enemigos, bro. We are. It's Broncos country. I'm not here to fucking say, hey, you guys are good and this and that. I'm not here to suck up the Queefs and suck up the Raiders and suck up the Chargers. They're all my division rivals. I don't have no love for them fools. Now, I'm not saying I don't got love for the fans because there's some fans that are really cool, but they know what it is. It's Raider hater all day, bro, and that's what it is. And when I'm in the physical form, bro, I talk a lot of shit, and that's just me. But I'm about that shit, bro. I don't got this shit branded on me for no fucking reason, homie. And that's the mindset I grew up around. South Standards, bro. A lot of them South Standards, a lot of fools nowadays wouldn't even be able to be around the South Standards in that section of the South Stands. Because fools are just so fucking, they're so timid, bro. They care about what everybody fucking thinks. Nah, bro. Not Savage said, bro. We finna have a team that can back up our smack. Hell yeah. And to that for sure, bro. When they do, I hope fools actually let it be known and not hide under rocks, not hide under the rock because you're too scared to represent that shit still. When you sign up for a fandom, bro, and I don't care how people view this, it's thick and thin. Lose, win, or tie, Broncos country till you die. Whatever fandom, bro. Be passionate about that shit. Stand on 10 toes. All the way across the board. Never waver, bro. If you waver, you're just a coward, homie. That's the bottom line. That's why them Mile High View fools, them Mile High View and Bubble Boy and all them dudes, them fools is cowards, bro. All the way, because they're nowhere to be found now. They can't even man up and say, hey, bro, I was wrong. They don't even want to go to war no more. The Broncos exposed them fools for what they were and eliminated their whole channel. They don't even do YouTube no more because them motherfuckers is cowards, bro. Cowards. So you mean to tell me this whole time you had channels, right? And the whole time you could talk shit, but when the Broncos start changing their ways and they start building a culture, now you want to go ghost? That's cowardly, bro. That's just fucking, I just think that's hilarious. And there's a lot of them fools out there. There's a lot of fools that do that shit, that stand on that type of business. Don't be them fans, bro. The Broncos are going to make the playoffs this season. Hell yeah. You know, I'm gonna be 100% real with everybody. Damn. I know who's been around for the good and the bad, right? Off topic, but it's an opportunity to come. Should I take an opportunity at being an ice age? I heard they are offering a lot of young men opportunities, and I want to help my family a lot. Well, I'll say this. I'll say this, homie. You're not going to be liked. You're going to be hated. So if you waver because people come at you and you become brittle because you're scared, no. But if that's your passion and that's what you feel like doing and you're ready to die for that shit, go ahead, all means. I just tell people, if you feel strongly about something, go all the way for that shit. Don't have steps. So if you're an ICE agent, be fully activated for being an ICE agent all the way. Don't come in and half step. Go all the way with it. I say this too. I know people might take this out of context. If you, like I say, if you're a racist, be 100% racist. Don't be one of them fools that say you're a racist and then laugh in other racist face, but then talk stuff behind their back. Don't be on here typing the N-word and all this, bro, on a computer, but you won't say that to a person's face. Like, go all the way with that shit. You get what I'm saying? So it double backs to the fandom thing. It double backs to being a fan of a football team or any team. If you're gonna be a fan, do it 100% and don't waver for nobody, bro. That's why the bandwagon scums, bro, the fools that literally can bandwagon, they don't have no dignity and they're cowards because they don't know how. There's no loyalty in them. Them fools is the first fools to get victimized anywhere they go because they don't have no loyalty in them. Yeah, and I'm saying that. You ain't got no heart. So you bandwagon because you ain't got no heart. You can't stand firm. And you can't be an example of what it is to be loyalist. You're not a loyal. There's no loyal in you. So that makes you a scum, homie. If you don't have loyalty, you a scum. You a piece of shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. Whoever's been painting pictures and shit. I would love to go fishing with Seb. Hell yeah, let's go catch some fish. We're going to be the best fisherman out there, brother. Hell yeah, I'll be fishing. I'm actually pretty good at it, especially if I'm Latino, but I would say I got a mindset for it. Well, like I said, bro, push it. Don't let nobody tell you different. If that's what your passion is, bro. Do that 100% completely. Don't half step with it, though. That's when fools become suckers, bro. That's when people become suckers, when they half step. When they half step with shit, bro, and they can't represent in the hard times, that's when they become suckers, bro, because they're so worried about what people think, bro. Half stepping is the lamest thing out there, bro. Even like I do gym, and I see a lot of people half stepping on it because they're just scared. They're scared to make that commitment. Yeah. What is Kansas City going to do this year? It really is sad, bro. It's really sad, homie. Like, to be honest, when you got Bronco country podcasting and platforms, bro, they'll block Savage Said, bro, and they'll literally block me from their shit and ban me and shit. But I could go to fucking the Raiders podcast, bro, and talk shit, and them fools will never ban you. What's wrong with what's half of the time? What is wrong with this fan base, bro? I used to fucking take honor in the most loyalist and craziest and passionate fan base, homie. And now I'm getting blocked from Broncos country, bro. I get blocked and fucking reported from Broncos country. That shit's wild, homie. We want the West. We want the AFC. And we want the ball. Hell yeah, bro. Speak that shit into existence. Like, real shit, bro. Like, say that shit, man. Believe that shit. Like, don't say that shit like these other people would be like, oh, bro, and then be quiet about it. Like, if that's what we feel, let's aim for that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta speak shit into existence. And I've always said this, homie. I've always said this, bro. People will always tell me, Savage Sev, you the most craziest, authentic, the rowdiest, the most rider Bronco fan ever. And yes, that's a compliment, but I take that as a form of a black eye on the fan base, because if I'm the craziest, and I got that mentality, then a lot of Bronco fans out there, they're not doing their job. If they think that I'm the craziest and I'm the most diehard and I'm the most rowdiest, they're like, we never met a Bronco fan that goes extent like you. That means other Bronco fans, bro, they're not doing their job, because they're basically saying that Savage Sev is the most passionate, loyal Bronco fan out there. And I beg to differ, because there was some loyal Bronco fans that I know growing up, and my fandom don't even reach their fandom. I mean, they used to die, sleep, sweat, tears for Broncos country. But that goes back to being a South Stander. The mentality is different. 2025 Bronco fans, bro, I don't know what universe they're on, because they just are not the Bronco country that I grew up on. You know what I'm saying? That shit is just mind blowing to me. Game by game, we want it. We want them. We want that shit, my homie. We want all that smoke. Yeah, that's the truth, homie. That's the reality. Like, people always tell me that shit. Damn, homie, you be going hard for the Broncos. Like, you a real representation of the Broncos. And I know they trying to be cool, but then I'll be like, what the hell is the other Bronco fans doing? Like, do you guys just stay in your safe zones? You know, you're not proud to represent the orange and blue when you're out in public and against other fan bases and let it be known? What are you guys doing? Come on, man. There should never be an aspect, bro, that the rivals come to the stadium, homie, and they just feel comfortable to do whatever they want. I'm sorry to say that, bro. That's real deal. If the rivals come to the stadium, bro, and they just think that they can do whatever they want at our home turf, the soil, bro, and they just think they can do whatever they want, you ain't doing your job as a Bronco fan. You could just sit there and just watch it too. Yeah, I'm calling you out too, bro. Like, you need to check your priorities. It's your duty. It's your duty to let it be known where you're from. Yeah, it's your duty, brother. You know? At least say something. Don't just let them fools plant their flags and disrespect on the soil, bro. No. You better let it be known you in Broncos country. Because last time I went to the Raiders and Broncos game, bro, I was disappointed in the fans, bro. To be honest, I was disappointed in the fans. You know, you got fools kumbayaing, and you got fools over there. Like, we have a game against our division rivals, one of the most hated fan bases out there. Y'all fools is kumbaya, and everybody's just having a good old time. Don't even want to talk no trash. Man, shut your ass up. Like, get it. You need to turn in your fan card, homie. It took me, Savage Sev, the one and only BCFFL, Broncos Country Family for Life, the Bronco Maniac, Savage Sev, to actually get shit stirred up. Because I'm about that life, bro. I walked through the whole tailgate of the Raiders, homie. Like, what's up, homie? It's Broncos country. What's cracking? Raider hater. What's up? I'm here. And that fools was like, damn, homie, this fool actually just walked in. And the other Bronco fans that I was with, bro, they couldn't even believe their eyes, because I walked in the middle of all the tailgate. Like, I'm here. I want all the smoke. What's cracking, bro? You know what I'm saying? But nah, you got fools wanting to be friends on game day. When it's time to go to war, fools want to be friends. And, hey, bro, shut your dumb ass up, bro. Shut your idiot ass up, bro. You ain't doing your job. You slipping. We used to say slipping on our crippin'. You slipping on your crippin', homie. You slipping on your fandom, homie. You'll be and those are the ones that talk the most shit about what the Broncos are doing and crying. Those are the same people. Those are the same people, bro. Those are the same people You'll be in a section at the stadium, bro, and you'll hear some disrespectful words towards Broncos country, and they'll be flying their flags in your face and spit on you because you're wearing the Bronco logo, and you will sit there and take it like a little good kid, bro, that you are, because you ain't got no heart. No heart. I'm just passionate, Lady Sav. Excuse me. I'll sip some coffee. I'm just passionate right now. I got kicked out of another TikTok. I got kicked out of another TikTok by a Bronco fan. Mind blowing. It was not the Raiders Nation or anybody else that kicked me out. And I went in there fully. I was being a Raider hater. They didn't kick me out. They talked some shit. They talked reckless to me. They didn't kick me out though, but let it be some Bronco fans and they don't want to hear something. They're gonna kick you out and ban you. You know what I'm saying? Hello. Yeah, right there. Huh? Oh, bad. You want to shut the door a little bit or no? No. Well, dude, the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs and go to make the Super Bowl this season after them Bears. This is the first time, Jordan. You're my friend. You a Kansas City Chief fan. This is the first time. I think the Chiefs don't make it to the Super Bowl, man. I think the AFC West and I think this is the downfall of the Chiefs, and I'm gonna be 100% real. Your offensive line is so suspect, bro, and you guys didn't do anything to help Patrick Mahomes whatsoever. And we seen when you bring pressure, even with a forefront Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes will get shellacked. And the Broncos right now, this is why they're saying the Broncos have a shot to overtake the AFC West, is because the Broncos got a defensive line that is smothering, and that's the downfall of Patrick Mahomes. Stop. And what are they doing? That's because your Phantom hits different when you actually from the soil. Yeah, this is Ready Red. This is to be truthful, bro. I said this just a little bit before you came on, if you heard it. It's a compliment when people say, Savage Chef, you the most diehard Bronco fan out there. That's a compliment, right? I take that with honor because I do hold the standards when it comes to this Phantom. When you say you're a Bronco fan, you know what I'm saying, and you're doing suspect stuff, bro, I have to call even the Bronco fans out there because I'm tired. I'm tired of this, bro. I'm tired of the wavering thing, the wavering of the fans, bro. Like yesterday at the practice, the whole practice, the Broncos literally dominated the 49ers, homie. Dominated the 49ers. The pressure was there. Bo Nix was in stride. He was hitting his wide receivers. The 49ers have some good plays. And you actually have Bronco fans that didn't really even see it, but they came and cried like, bro, it was embarrassing. Like, what was embarrassing about that's practice, bro? It's practice. Like, what was embarrassing? We literally dominated the whole practice. He really believes the Broncos. I mean, if you're a smart fan, there's no way that you can't see it. If you know how you win in this game, Selena? You win in trenches, right? That's how you win. You win from your offensive line and defensive line. That's how every team wins. If you have that, you're on the best thing with a foundation. Broncos have both of them, and they got a better secondary than half of the league. They got a defense that's a top 3, bro. You can't. There's no way. Like, defenses win championships. Peyton Manning didn't even win the championship. Defenses won the championship in 2015. Last year, the defense really won the championship for the Eagles. So the Broncos, all across the board, got a better defense than everybody in the division. Let's state the facts. In the AFC West, the Broncos got the best defense. Then you put into play, the offensive line is one of the more stronger in the NFL. Then you put into play, the quarterback don't take sacks. You know how you lose a season is when your quarterback takes sacks. When you don't have no protection. The Broncos don't have them problems, bro. And then you look at the Broncos last year, they didn't have really no stars on the team, and somehow they get into the playoffs because Bo Nix. You got that factor. Now Bo Nix has help. So you have the best defense. You got a quarterback that don't take sacks, that don't throw interceptions, and now he got weapons. Yes, bro. He got Sean Payton behind him. Yes, bro. There's an opportunity for them to take the division. You can't deny it unless you're just biased. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be 100% real. You know what I'm saying? Like, their player personnel suck. What is you talking about? Oh, and this is another factor too, bro, is that the Broncos got the best conditioning coaches in the game. Like, if you look in the last couple seasons, the Broncos haven't really had too many injuries, bro. Other teams are taking injury by injury every practice, bro. You don't have that problem over here. You're going on, and that's my whole thing is that's why that was the whole argument with Mile High View, bro, and they're no longer here. It's because they know that narrative was trash. This is not the old Broncos, like the personality and all the shit you're bringing up. That's the old Broncos, bro. That don't have nothing to do with what's going on currently. The culture has changed. Like that old teams, all them teams with Hackett and Vance Joseph as coach and Vic Fangio, all that shit is in the rear view. There's nothing that have nothing to do with what's going on today. And yes, the Broncos are the top. That's why a lot of people are starting to come around and be like, Broncos really are dominating, homie. They're really a dominating team. That's why the Super Bowl bound thing is being put out there, because it's really coming true in front of your eyes. If you're biased and you just hate the Broncos, you're just blinded by what's going to take place. But I'm going to tell you like this, like I tell all the Bronco haters, homie, all the Bronco haters, keep that same energy when it happens. Keep that same energy, because we know them fools that done fell off. They were speaking that same shit, and now they're no longer here. They're under a rock hiding. They don't push Bronco content no more because the Broncos shellacked them fools. They made them fools go ghost. All them narratives that they pushed for years, they can't speak that shit no more. So where are they? They're under a rock. They disappeared because they're scared of what's taking place. They put a lot of negativity out there, and now they can't even back up their own negativity. They can't back it up. He really believes that, if he believes hard. I don't believe that. They showed by action last year. It's not a belief. It's not a belief. They did it with not having any money because of the Russell Wilson, and they took a team with no stars to a playoff. You can't even argue that. At this time, you can't even argue that. They took a team with no stars, no wide receivers, and a rookie quarterback with cap issues to the playoffs, bro. You can't argue that. You know, that's ignorance if you're arguing that. You got your narratives crushed last year too, because there's no way that you have seen Bo Nix go into the playoffs, and he just literally single-handedly demolished your whole narrative. He single-handedly demolished your narrative. A rookie quarterback, bro. How does a rookie quarterback take the Bengals spot in the playoffs? Stop it. Stop it. You're just going off. That just sounds uneducated. To win a Super Bowl, we need some adversity. The story and journey is going to be positive, unforgotten. What's good with it, brother? What's good with you, man? Well, he got paid, bro, and he comes in clutch. He comes in clutch. What's your team, Selena? Can you mention your team? Because you never stated your team. Are you embarrassed of your team? Bro, see, this is where your arguments get crushed, right? Selena, let's put this in logical form, right? So before the season started, bro, you had the Broncos, and everybody had the Broncos winning 3 to 4 games, right? With a rookie quarterback. This is what everybody said. And sure enough, Bo Nix just single-handedly just starts torching fools, right? And it doesn't matter what teams and this and that, right? This is a rookie quarterback. Like, you putting too much standards on a rookie quarterback. And he somehow comes in and he leads a team with nothing to a playoff. And now your whole tune switch about he didn't beat nobody good. But the tune just weeks ago was he ain't even gonna win 4 games. When did the tune change to now? He didn't win nobody important. Shut your ass up, bro. That's it. Your shit got busted. Your narrative got crushed because this dude had his back against the wall and they didn't have money to spend on no stars, bro. And he did this with nothing in his rookie year. He didn't have nothing. He didn't have nothing whatsoever. And everybody that said that they were not going to be successful is looking stupid right now. Looking dumb. There's nothing they can say because he proved everybody wrong. He proved everybody wrong. And now you give him help in the best defense that's going to be better. And then you got him actually help with third down play with a tight end, Evan Ingram, bro, that he didn't have last year. You understand why the Broncos, if they had no success with the offense, you understand why them fools didn't have? Because they didn't have a third down threat. Now you gave him a third down machine and a run game. And you mean to tell me this shit goes over your head like completely, where you honestly in your mind, you know you are absolutely wrong, but you're staying on that narrative that's not true. I'm not delusional. I'm just telling you what we all see with our own eyes. With our own eyes. You don't even know what's going on with the Broncos whole aspect leading up to this, right? You don't even know. Like, you're just talking from previous years. You don't know how smothering this defense has been all training camp, how smothering this defense has been in practice with the Niners, just literally just smothering. Like, they don't have time to do anything. You're not even watching this in actually detailed. You're just talking the talk. And then you're not even understanding that Bo Nix, this shit is just easy to him at the moment. We did, like, if you recall, since Peyton Manning, every training camp, every quarterback has been not too good in training camp. They've been booty cheeks. Literally, they're trying to learn a new system. Not Bo Nix. This shit's coming comfortable. He's just too comfortable. His mindset is too comfortable, bro. Like, when you have that and now you have a foundation, you're going to win games. Yes, you're going to win games. I'm happy homeboy isn't rubbing the injury on me. I seen that, bro. I don't like injuries, my homie. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes away from, a lot of things, bro. And nobody wants to see nobody injured. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's a tough shot, my homie. That's a tough shot. But next man up. That's all you can really do, homie. Because when I get injuries, bro, like, and people rub, they have before. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? So I don't rub injury. You reaching, my boy. You reaching, my boy. Evan Ingram, bro, just a couple years ago, literally he led the league in receptions, bro. What is you talking about? What? And then, not to mention, bro, when, like, this is the thing. When you come into almighty Broncos country, bro, and you go into the facilities, you start seeing them trophy cases, and then you start seeing, them pictures on the wall, the trophies. It makes you want to be a Super Bowl champ. See, that's what Evan Ingram got now. He got a team that he's like, bro, this is a winning culture. See, you're mistaken. He got his boy, Bo Nix. They're already building chemistry. You got Franklin. He was his Oregon wide receiver. You got Mims. You got Vele. You got Evan Ingram. You got a lot of stuff, bro. Depth all across the board with these wide receivers. The three-headed monster with the run game. Best offensive line in the league. And a Bo Nix that they ain't scared of you or your team. And then you got the best defense to back him up. So I'm sorry, but it's going to be a nightmare. It's coming for you. It's coming for the Mile High View, Bubble Boys, coming for all them fools, Nick Wright, all of these scrubs and all these clowns that just they just talk the talk and they don't walk the walk, because when it gets cloudy, they're nowhere to be found. They ain't even helping their own subscribers and supporters out. He's saying it because he's saying it. Who? Nick Wright or Sean Payne? Went over his head. Yeah, that's a messed up, brother. It's messed up now. So that's another thing is too, and no disrespect to the Chargers. That's why in this division, the Broncos leapfrog the Raiders and they leapfrog the Chargers to shellac the Chiefs. And we already know how that goes, man. The Broncos start going to playoffs, they go to championships. You let us in the door. Broncos crept in, bro. They took a Burrow spot. They made that fool sit out on the couch watching the Broncos take his spot. And you let the Broncos taste blood. You let them dudes in the door. And our history tells you when we start going to the playoffs, we start going to championships. We're not other teams that just go to the playoffs. When we start going to the playoffs, we win championships. And that's the bad part about it. You can't stop it. It's like the coronavirus. It's going to creep in and you can't stop it. There's no cure for it. It's coming. Inevitable. Broncos country, almighty Broncos country's coming to ride, homie. And they can't be stopped. This is just the beginning, too. This is the sucky part for people. It's the beginning. Like, this just started. And you seen how it just started and how it played out, bro. It's not a good look for the haters, man. And then think about that, bro. Like, the Broncos just start being on top again. I mean, like they always been, right? You have to deal with this shit for years, bro. You're going to have to deal with this shit for years. Like, there's no stopping anytime soon with the Broncos. This is just something that Sean Payton, he got his toy, bro. And it just started, and now everybody's going to have to deal with it. You know why? Because we have people like Selena that kicked us when we were down, bro. Love to talk that shit. So now they created a monster, bro. You know, and this is another thing, too. Let's put this into play. Like, even as the Broncos show through action, you still got people down. So that's a topping on the cake with a chip on the shoulder. And when you got a chip on the shoulder, bro, that will bring out a whole nother level of element because they got to hear this shit. They got to hear the hating. People will not just give them their dues and flowers, right? They still want to hate. So now it creates, we're going to make the league eat their words. It creates actually a beast. And when that beast is unleashed, you know how it goes. There's nothing nobody can do to stop it. It's just coming, bro. So, you know, get ready for the ride. But what happened when their starters were in and the Broncos literally went down their throat in clutch time and it was just a field goal that lost the game? What happened in that game, bro? Bo Nix outplayed Patrick Mahomes, had better stats, reception, everything in that game. Bo Nix outplayed him, and he had all his starters. And if it wasn't for a missed field goal, we would have swept them dudes. You know what I'm saying, bro? A rookie went into Arrowhead and outplayed the great Mahomes. Bro, stop it. And then that second game, bro, I don't care if you had all your starters out. You still got to you still have to battle. They didn't even battle, bro. That was just like easy cookies. We just took that shit. There wasn't even no resistance. We just took it from them. Like, it was just a day at the job, bro. And they better get used to that too, because that's what's coming for them dudes. They don't have an offensive line to stop this defensive line of Broncos country. You can't stop it. Bad time, y'all. If he scores 40 on y'all again, hey, good luck being the Eagles too. Oh, I got that as a loss, homie. I got that to the Eagles, the NFC East. The Eagles will win the Broncos just because they're built to win. But the NFC East, we're gonna dominate the NFC East this year too, bro. Like the Cowgirls, that might be a loss for the Cow. They haven't beat us since the 90s. You got the Giants, we're gonna crush them fools. And then you have the Commanders. Jaden Daniels, he you know what I'm saying, he's a good quarterback. He had a phenomenal rookie season, but he had a foundation to come to. It was not like Bo Nix, where Bo Nix didn't have no foundation, and Bo Nix just made it happen. But that's going to be an interesting game, bro. I want to tune in because them rookies right there, bro, they are fighting for the sophomore. They fighting for that sophomore victorious. What? So you mean to tell me, bro, like you watch football and you mean to tell me that even if a team loses, you can't point out the impressive shit that they did? Like, nah, you got to get out of here. Because if you can't respect a fucking Warrior going to battle in Arrowhead, one of the hardest places to play, a rookie, and he almost wins, and you can't respect that, you're just a hater. You're just purely a hater, bro. You're not even showing your education when it comes to NFL. Like, you're just a pure hater. You're just gonna talk the talk and say whatever you're gonna say. Can't even take that really serious. You got to pay dues. You got to pay respect. You have to respect stuff, bro. Like, you know. No, you're good. You're good. That's a good game. The full. You should be happy playing those tough teams. Don't you want to see?
So who is she? Who is that?
That's not a she. That's that fool. That's that fool off of Mall High. That's a dude, bro.
Oh, I could tell. Because first off,
it's that dude. It's that dude.
Tell it's a troll account.
Yeah.
I made their account July 19th, and you can't even say who your team is. So clearly,
he comes from the Mile High View. He's that Mile High View dude. He's that troll from Mile High View. So, but he definitely he's more than welcome to be here. I don't ever block dudes like that. But that's crazy. He made a female account.
I know.
What?
I think he's confused.
That's that fool that came on my live with a Burger King. That Burger King.
He's confused.
I don't respect. I just ask this, bro. Like, where's Mile High View? Because I know you're a soldier of them dudes, but like, why did they go ghost, bro? Like, why did they leave your ass to fight their battles?
Why did you make a female account? Dang. I don't care.
He said, I don't respect losses.
Well, we don't respect you.
Okay, so this is the thing. So there we go. To your argument, you respect wins. And the Broncos have more wins than you gave them, so you better respect it. Let's just be real. You didn't give the Broncos a lot of wins, and now the Broncos made you eat your words with wins, and you still are finding a way to try to make it seem like the Broncos were just terrible.
Oh, the Broncos were so trash with the rookie quarterback that he took us to the playoffs in his first year.
Cheers to the homies, man. Cheers to the whole squad, bro. Nah,
that's sinking a little bit.
You know, we have a
quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the crazy part in the NFL nowadays. The younger fans. Back in the day, you know, fans would respect like things that people do in the NFL, but now it's all about fantasy. Fantasy is going to be the stats. That's what's going to get the love. If a quarterback throws, you know what I'm saying, 4,000 yards in a season, he has all this. Like, it's a whole different league now than we used to actually respect the competitors. It didn't matter what team. Like, I'm a Raider hater, bro, but I respected the hell out of Kenny Sabler. I respected Kenny Sabler to the max. I don't like the Chargers. Junior Seau was one of my favorite players on the Chargers. But love you. Oh shit! I gotta get another chair. Yeah, I was trying to keep it intact. But it's closer to you. You'll be able to hear me holler more over there.
No, it's quieter.
Oh, am I being loud? Yeah. He said the torta. He said he thinks so. So, hey, my Charger buddy, this is who I thought you were at first, bro. My bad. No disrespect to you. When I said you're the Foos from the Mile High View, I thought you were this guy, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I know who he is. I know who the guy is. How many wins versus how many wins? How many wins? U.S. Special. So go add up the games. I want you to do it. How many wins against teams that were above 500, and then look at the aspect of the wins and losses and how many games they battled. They battled in them games with the rookie quarterback with no wide receivers and no help. He basically did a lot on his own with nothing. And how many games did he get blow out above 500? And you tell me how them games really played out. He be trolling the Raiders. Only boy, got my respect, enough said. I'm all high salute though, but and to be honest, we can't go off of last season. This is this season. You know, and there's a lot of uprise with Broncos country. You can't deny that. You can't deny it. R.I.P. Aaron Hernandez. Damn, bro. Yeah, you could tell this fool, he be trolling. He trolled out of his mind. So let's get on that. Let's talk about that, right? I said this a little bit. Much love and respect. You know what it is, man. You know what it is. I got a bet with one of your Niner homies at the job site. He about to break off a couple energy drinks. You know what I'm saying? He about to break off a couple energy drinks to almighty Broncos country. Beautiful game tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We getting preseason started. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to watch this aspect of Broncos country put in work. I don't know if you've been staying up on date on practice either, Matthew, but the Broncos were pretty smothering in that practice. I miss watching them tear up the Broncos. Let me ask you a question, but on them teams, bro, how did the Broncos slap up Tom Brady so much in real meaningful games? You know? How do you be so dominant over the league and that Broncos country just comes and been coming and just slapping fools up? How to teach the league how to beat Tom Brady. But you know what? That's kind of what we do. Now we have to teach the league how to beat the Kansas City Chiefs because Patrick Mahomes he got that power over a lot of the teams, man. And now Broncos country has to come show everybody. We have to come and show everybody how to do it, bro. That's what we do, though. We show and we teach the program and the blueprint how to beat the top contenders. And nobody else in the league can do it with Patrick Mahomes. In the AFC especially, Patrick Mahomes just runs through a lot of teams. Patrick Mahomes runs through your team. Even with generational players, he runs through a lot of these teams, and nobody has had an answer. And now almighty Broncos country has to come clean up the whole thing from this dude that scares the whole league, Patrick Mahomes. And we have to actually show the blueprint how to slap this dude up. But we'll do our jobs. That's just kind of what Broncos country does. You know, that's kind of just what we do. That's just kind of our job to show the league the blueprint to how to beat a top contender. Because the reality is this fool all the time just dominates the AFC and he's in championship mode and he's in the AFC championships and he goes to Super Bowls because even with these other top tier quarterbacks like Josh Allen's and Lamar Jackson's and who else is there? Who's that other dude in the AFC? Josh Allen's, Lamar Jackson's, different fools that are top tier they consider. And they can't even stop this guy, bro. They can't even stop this dude. It's like he just has everything over the AFC. And now Broncos country has to come show all these teams, these franchises how to do that shit, bro. Damn, we try to give you fools a break, bro, and you guys didn't even manage to capitalize on it, man. Now Broncos country's tired of just sitting back, and we just building a foundation that's going to be unstoppable. Who has the most Super Bowl losses in NFL history? So that goes to show you, regardless of what you say, we have the most winning history in the NFL. You could say all that, but we have the most winning history in the NFL. One reason why we have the most appearances. One reason why we got a back-to-back series and only certain teams have done that. One reason why before this Peyton Manning aspect, we only had five below 500 seasons in our whole NFL history because we do this. one reason why in this division, the Broncos have been to Super Bowls in almost every era of football, because we do this. If you can't speak on them and that's alienated to your language, you can't talk to me about that, because your team never done that. And if you're in the AFC West, none of them teams have done that. Not Kansas City, not the Raiders, not the Chargers, not in different eras of football. You don't know that. You don't know that language of bouncing back and falling off and then bouncing back. But almighty Broncos country, it's in their history. It's in their DNA. That's why when I told you, when the Broncos were trying to find their quarterback and they were trying to find the foundation, this is not going to be a 15-year thing. This ain't going to be a 20-year thing. We'll find a way to bounce back, because it's in our DNA. It's in our DNA. I don't have to ask Google. I don't have to ask Google on them questions. Yes, the Broncos have the most losses in Super Bowl history. And like I said, it's because we go so much. We go so much to Super Bowls that you're going to have them. You might have a losing statistic, but we are in the play of every aspect, because Broncos country in their DNA always knows how to bounce back. Now, let me ask you a question. What team do you represent? Because you never put out there. You won't. And you do understand though too, bro. You do understand. Let me give you a history lesson. You do understand, and a lot of that aspect, these dudes, they didn't have a salary cap, right? These are mega teams. These are superstar teams. They could keep players in the play, bro. Like they could keep a superstar team in the play. And when you have juggernaut teams like that, of course they're going to win championships. That's why they won multiple championships. But you got a team like almighty Broncos country, the little market of the box state, and John Elway, he comes in and he just takes fucking a little market team with no players. Let's be real. There was no stars coming to Denver at this time frame that you're talking. And somehow Broncos country with no offensive line really, and John Elway just somehow gets them to the Super Bowl against juggernaut franchises. And you think that's a flex? I don't give about none of that shit. You think that's a flex? Stop it. That's not a flex, bro. That just goes to show you the Broncos without any stars, and John Elway was the star. He was taking teams that didn't belong in the Super Bowls to that era. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's put it in perspective. Let's not just put it out there. Them teams that you're talking about that got blown out in the Super Bowl were not even supposed to be in Super Bowls. The 86, the 87, and 89 and 77 team, them fools was not even supposed to be in the Super Bowl because they really didn't have no stars, but it was John Elway. What up, my Rada? What up, my Jay? What's up with it, Rada? How you doing today? Let's be real. Let's put it in perspective. And then what? Big Bronco gang. Let's go. Bang, bang. Let's go. You know what it is. We just got to remind the peasants that don't like Broncos country what it really is. Historically, one of the most dominating franchises out there, successful wise and winning. I bet you can't say that about your franchise. I bet you can't say that your franchise won in every era of football. You can't say, hey, there was every era of football. Your team went to a championship. Nah, hell nah. Because you ain't built like the Broncos. You ain't built like the Broncos. You know what? And let's put this in perspective. A lot of them teams that you mentioned right there, let's talk about like the Cowgirls. They won that shit in one era of football in the 90s. And they've never been back since. They never won a champion since. So that's what I mean by that shit. You get it? They only had one era of good football in their whole existence. Let's talk about the Niners. They haven't been back since the 90s. I'm sorry to say. They haven't even really, well, the Niners been to some championships, but they haven't won the big game. And that was not consistent. It took a long time for them to even have a foundation. Let's talk about the Giants. The Giants, when's the last time they were even talked about in the sense that they were good, like early 2000s? And they've been trying to find their identity ever since. Let's talk about the Queefers, right? 50 plus years of being NFL trash, the Queefs. And now they finally lucked out. But that 50 plus years was since the 60s, bro. That's not what we do in Broncos country. Like I said, we have opportunities every era of football to win another championship. And the bad part about it now, we're in another era in Broncos country, just found actually the savior, bro. Bo and Knicks. And that's scary because we're in the era of 2015, bro. And it took us some years, but we finally back. And there's nothing that people can really do to stop that. Y'all done messed up by letting Champagne get Bo Nix. The league done messed up by letting Champagne get Bo Nix. Salute to the homies, man. Yeah, I'm just excited football season is in the aspect of beginning because last night I watched some of the game of the Raiders and Seahawks in Baltimore. I'm honestly going to say this, man. Like, I think the Raiders will have a competitive team. I think the Raiders will have a competitive team, but I just don't think Geno Smith is the answer in anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's going to take the Raiders to the promised land. You can't say that. He's already saved the culture, bro. He's already showed you that he can. He's already showed you. He's already showed you. If you don't have no answers for what he did last year, and you can't tell me that why he did it, then really he showed you. He's made you eat your words. You don't have nothing to say. You can't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And he did that. He did that single-handedly, just got the Broncos back to the playoffs. He single-handedly stopped the streaks, bro. He stopped every streak there was, the Raiders streak. He stopped the Kansas City Chiefs streak. Like, this is all Bo Nix as him playing. He stopped the streaks, bro. Bo Nix and Champagne, bro. You're having a hard time digesting this shit too, man. You're having a hard time digesting this, Selena Valley. You're not with the Raiders, though. Not with the Raiders, though. Why you reaching? He ain't even a Seacock no more, bro. He's a Raider now. And Geno Smith, he's probably in the worst situation that he's ever been. On the Raiders, the culture, bro. They don't have a culture over there, bro. I'm sorry to say, man. That's not gonna work. It's not working, my bro. It's not working. It's not working. It's not going to work for him, bro. He's going to be a bust. Aston Genty, a bust. I really don't even believe in him. I mean, you could say that all you want, but the Broncos took the Bengals spot. You know why? Because the Bengals absolutely just literally sucked in the beginning of the season, and the Broncos just said, hey, we're coming and we're going to take your spot. There's nothing you could do about it, Joe Burrow. So sit your ass on the couch and watch a real team. Because you ain't going to do anything in the playoffs anyways. You're going to lose to Patrick Mahomes. Like, you're a waste of space. The Buffalo Bills, you're a waste of space. Lamar Jackson, you're a waste of space. You just go to the playoffs just to get beat by Patrick Mahomes. So stop. You just, like, let other teams already show you how to really do it. Like, sit your ass, losing ass down, you're choking ass down, and don't go to the playoffs no more because you're just a waste of space. Like, if Patrick Mahomes is in that playoff, you ain't winning, you know? And that's the fact of the matter. Not one win versus good teams. So you said one win, right? I said Buccaneers, right? Weren't they a winning team? Didn't we demolish the Bucs? Now, don't go say, oh, right, two teams. Wow. You just said one team, and I just basically proved your point is invalid. They beat the Bucs. Bucs actually had a winning team. You know what I'm saying? So let's see the rebuttal. What you got to say about that? You said one winning team, and we beat the Bucs. We demolished them in their stadium too, by the way. And we did that. And let me not let you forget. We did that with no wide receivers. We did that with no weapons. So Bo Nix did that, just single-handedly did it by himself. Yeah, they are. Waste of space. They could have all the talent. They're a waste of space. They're not going to do anything when it's meaningful, bro. They're not going to win a championship. They're a waste of space. They're just regular season success, bro. They don't belong in the playoffs because they're trash. Patrick Mahomes will literally take everything from them. You know what I'm saying? Waste of space. They can't win a championship, even with that caliber and generational player. Yes, they're good, but they don't win anything important. They don't win anything important. They go there just to get dominated in certain games. That's why the Cincinnati Bengals are ringless, right? Because they're a waste of space, and that's why they got their cookies took from Bo Nix. But you just see that, yeah, bro, your argument's invalid because you just said a winning team, and now they're not a real team. But they had a winning record. They won their division. And now you're going, now Bucks and Baker Mayfield ain't a real team. Stop it, bro. Just stop it. You're losing this. You're losing it at a fast rate, brother. They weren't there, so we can't even say that because they weren't in the playoffs. They weren't in the playoffs. If they were in the playoffs, then we might have got that game, but they weren't because Broncos country took their spot. They sat on the couch. All the Cincinnati Bengal fans crying on the couch. Oh, why is Broncos taking our spot? Because they did what they were supposed to. You didn't win. You didn't win enough games, bro. You're a waste of space. That's about the level Bo Nix can get to. It sounds nice, but the level is he took off a playoff spot from a playoff team. That's the level. Deal with that shit. Rada. What team do? He don't have a team. He obviously scared to represent his team. We've been asking that. We've been asking him ever since, Shy. But that was not what you said. You said not one team with a winning record. Let's see what you actually said. That wasn't your argument right there, bro. Not one win versus a good team that had. Yeah, man, it's coming though, bro. It's a journeyman, bro. Man, this shit burnt, crisp. Oh, hey. Salute. Go Broncos, man. Tomorrow's the start of Road to 4. It's the mission, my homie. Broncos country, city of Denver, bro. It's the mission. Bo Nix, he's here to stay. Hey, you guys get ready for a journey. You get ready for that journey, man. Broncos country got a lot of good upside right now, man. So good to be a Bronco fan right now, you know. And, you know, the funny part about all this is the best part about this is when the haters, when the fools that don't like the Broncos, when they either have to eat their words and come apologize like good boys, or they just have to disappear. The best feeling is to see the peer haters not know how to react to this shit and the emotion of like, damn, I was wrong, bro, and I hate this shit. Depression sinks in. That's the ultimate feeling, and it's coming. You know, it's coming. We already see Nick Wright. The Broncos are so in that dude's head. Like, we see Nick Wright, bro. We are living rent free in Nick Wright's head, and every Chief fan really is head because they know, bro. They can't mess with this new era of Broncos football, and it's gonna just be a dominating fashion, man. It's gonna be in dominating fashion, you know. And we've seen some people go away off of the Broncos' new foundation, some channels. They eliminated their South. They're done. They're bye. They really can't. They can't put out no more content. You know what I'm saying? They can't. There's nothing that they can actually say. So they literally went ghost. And I'm calling that out. Like, why you go ghost? Why did you go ghost, bro? Why did you go under the rock? Why you ain't doing content no more, buddy? My buddy. It's not a good look. All the years talking crazy about the Broncos, and now you're a ghost. Nothing from you. I haven't even seen them. I haven't even seen the one dude do footage breakdowns no more. Broncos single-handedly just ended the YouTube career of these dudes. That fools, they retired from social media because the Broncos. That's just funny. Nah, but what you guys on today, man? I hope everybody's good on the Friday. We're just talking some shit. We just talking about the crazy football season. We're just talking about the good old aspect of football, you know. I got out. I was feeling like kind of miserable today, but I'm back at it. And I had to kind of let it be known, man. I had to let it be known. First two topics, I had to let it be known, like, bro, just be yourself, bro. Just be yourself. Represent yourself in a rightful manner. Represent your city, state in a rightful manner. Be yourself and represent. And don't hold back. Like, you know, I think that's the thing about people nowadays is everybody wants to impress. Everybody wants to have this image, and they care too much about what people think about them, you know. And they'll run their south through a grave, bro. They'll run their south in traffic. And I always say this: go play in traffic. But these dudes really do. They do go play in traffic, and then a wreck occurs, and now you see the true colors of these dudes, and it was not what you expected. It was not what you expected. Instead of just being their own, just being them and just doing them in a proper manner. And you know what I'm saying? You don't have to have this identity that's up here. Just be yourself. That's all I gotta say, people. You know, be yourself and you'll go far in life. You know, you could say, I mean, you might say a lot of things about Savage Said, bro. You know, you might say a lot of things about Savage Said, but there's one thing for sure that you can't say is that Savage is fake in any way. You know, there's nothing fake about Savage Said, bro. What you get on here is what you get in everyday life. Like, you know, I try to keep it just thorough all the way around, bro, because it's just like I get sick around the fraudulent shit, bro, the fraud shit, bro. I get sick. And it's just not in my blood to be that. You know, it's just not. It's not. All right, well, I'm gonna tap out. Mall high salute to everybody. Hope everybody's good on this beautiful Friday. I'm just chilling though, but y'all be good till the next go around, man. Mall high salute to y'all. Definitely, I'm gonna get at you. All right.